Hi guys. So let me introduce myself to you. My name is John. I'm a teacher. Normally, I work in a school, but with the coronavirus and everything else that's going on at the moment, I'm not working, obviously. So I love teaching and I want to make some videos. Now, normally I don't really use social media that much, but the idea is that I can explain some simple grammar points and you can learn them, understand, and then use them as well. And I'll keep them short, easy, and clear as well. Okay, so let me just tell you a little bit about myself and then we'll get started. So I have two passions. My first passion is to travel. So I've been to many different countries around the world. And my second passion is football. My team is Liverpool. And normally they're not so good, but at the moment, actually, they're decent. So all good. So I'm going to start the first lesson by doing the passive. Okay, so the passive is used when the action is more important than the person that performs the action or the agent that performs the action. So, for example, my bike was stolen. Okay, in this case, the fact that somebody's bike is stolen is more important than the person or the criminal that stole the bike. So, we use the passive when who performed the action is not so important. And the passive is basically structured like this. Okay, we have this going on. So let me just get to it. It would be like this. So the passive is structured with the verb to be, like I am, you are, he is, she is, and so on, like this. And then the past participle verb. Now, past participle verbs, okay, so for example, it's going to be I eat, I ate, I have eaten, I drink, I drank, I have drunk. I take, I took, I have taken. Okay. If it's a normal regular verb which ends in ed, the past participle verb is going to be the exact same. But if it's a different verb, well, sometimes it's going to be the same and sometimes it's going to be a little bit different. Okay. But for all of the passive, and today we're just going to do the past simple present tense, present simple, and past simple. It's the verb to be plus the past participle. Okay, so look at these examples that we have. The first is, so present simple is, are, and the past participle. So John drops the pen. Okay, now in this case, I'm the most important thing. I perform the action of dropping the pen. Okay, but if we want to put that into the passive, that makes the action more important. So therefore, John, subject, drops the verb, the pen, the object. The object becomes the subject in the passive, okay? The receiver of the action. So in the passive, if the pen being dropped is more important than the person that dropped it, it's going to be like this. The pen is dropped by John, okay? Likewise, John, like whoosh, opens the window. Okay. If the fact that the action is more important than me or the person or whoever did the action, it's going to be the window is opened, the verb to be, and the past participle by John. And then we have John throws the ball. Okay. In this case, I'm the important thing because I'm throwing the ball. But if the ball is more important and the action of the ball being thrown is more important, it would be the ball is thrown by John. Okay, so again, the ball, which was the object in the first one in the active, is now the subject in the passive. So the ball is thrown by John. Okay, if you want to say who performs the action, you would simply say by. In some cases, you don't even need to because it's obvious. Okay, so have a look at the next part, guys, which is exercises. So you have 4 questions here, guys. Take 2 minutes, should be more than enough, and then stop the video. And then when you've done the questions, just come back to me. Okay, cool. All right. So we have somebody cleans this room every day. And you're going to start with this room. So the answer to this is going to be this room is cleaned by somebody every day. Um, you could say, you don't even need to say by somebody. If you want it, you of course you can. But in this case, we know obviously a person's going to come and clean the room. So you could simply say, this room is cleaned every day. But if you want to say who performs the action, by, in this case, somebody. David plays loud music every night. So it's going to be loud music is played. Again, you can say by David every night, or you can omit that if it's not so important. People in Brazil play football on beaches. You're going to start with football. So football is played on beaches in Brazil. And the last one is the students always speak English in class. Little bit different here, guys, but nothing that is going to be too confusing. It's going to be English is always spoken in class, okay? Or it could be English is always spoken by the students in class, and so on. Now, you notice always here, which is an adverb of frequency. If you see an adverb of frequency or an adverb, it goes before the past participle verb and after the verb to be. Okay, so that's where you're going to put that one in. So that's more or less it, guys. It's the verb to be and then the past participle verb. Now, this is the present simple passive, and we're just going to do one more, which is going to be the past simple passive, and all that changes is it becomes was and were. Like, so for example, I was, you were, he was, she was, we were, they were, and so on. Okay, so again, you have the active, somebody stole my phone. But if I want the action to be more important, which is usually the case here, it's going to be my phone was stolen. Or Messi scored the winning goal. So, or Ronaldo or Neymar or whoever, it's all good. Okay, or even Mo Salah. So it's going to be the winning goal was scored by Messi. Okay, and then I downloaded the movie. And if we begin with the movie, it would be the movie was downloaded, because the action in these cases is more important than the person or the agent that performed the action. Okay, right. So the same principle is this. Have a try, guys. I think 90 seconds should be enough to try these ones. Okay, have a go. Okay, so the first one is Steve Jobs started Apple, and you're going to start with Apple. So simply, Apple, verb to be in the past, and then the past participle form. So it's going to be Apple was started by Steve Jobs. Okay, you have Bryan Cranston played Walter White in Breaking Bad, and we're going to start with Walter White. Okay, so you have Walter White in Breaking Bad was played by Bryan Cranston. And finally, you have when I was 10 years old, my uncle gave me a football. And in this case, we're going to start with a football. Okay, it would be when I was 10 years old, a football was given to me by my uncle when I was 10 years old. Okay, so that's basically it, guys. Okay, just remember that we use, get this back. Okay, just remember that when we want to explain that the action is more important than the person that performed the action, we use the passive, which is the verb to be and the past participle verb. And that's it, basically. Okay, have a good day. Bye bye.